broadcasting live from the Sunshine State. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, Hustle Deville, the real deal, true player for real as always, man. Thank everybody for listening. We getting the hits, we getting it, and we're gonna keep getting it.
Hey, man, every single time, bro. This is real raw reality all day, every day. We give you hot topics. We give you today's in hip hop, top fives, everything you need, plus a little bit more, and a little bit more flavor on top of that.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yep.
So, you know, it's a whole lot of stuff going on in the news right now. I want to talk a little local stuff, though. I want to talk about what's going on in the city. So, you know, Lil Duval was in the city. He came through one time, Duval in Duval. So you went out to that. You pulled up to that. Tell me a little bit about that.
It was a little more than pulling up. That's the homie. We go way back, man. Like, I can't even tell you how long, because well, I guess y'all do on this show know I'm old school. So, yeah, I'm pushing. I'm a little over the hill almost. But, yeah, so we've been down for a long time, man. And the homie, you know, flew in. I don't know if y'all know he got an actual jet that he flies. Okay. And he does fly. He got a PJ here. He flies his own jet, so he pulled in. Of course, I had to work. I was working the EWC homecoming thing when he actually touched down. Yeah, so that was hometown, and Reigns and Reebok was going on at the same time, so I was all over the city. It was crazy, man. I could only just touch everything when I really wanted to really, you know, engulf myself and all that stuff. But yeah, he hit me, man. When he hit me, you know, we did this sound check over at the Florida Theater. And then we just chilled. I mean, but yeah, that's the homie, man. It was a great homecoming. I can't wait till we take the podcast to video, because I actually got his last homecoming on video. And then shout out to RD Music. He was there to shoot this one. So if you go to Lil Duval's Instagram, everybody should be following him, and you'll see the homie, you know.
Definitely.
It was cool.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, bro. It's always cool when you get someone that is from your city that, you know, kind of make a big name for themselves, make a big name for themselves, come back and still show love. And it's not a different person from what you met them from day one.
It's been the same day. I mean, this is fresh off the BET Awards. I mean, I couldn't make that one because of, you know, again, it's I got so many jobs, bro.
I feel you,
and people are like, well, how could you miss that? Well, trust me, all his whole career, I done missed a lot of things just because, again, I think that's why he appreciate me, you know what I mean? Because I got my own life. Like, he jumped on the jet and went to the Bahamas, you know what I'm saying? I went to the school, you know what I'm saying? I had to go, you know, teach the kids. But again, that's what there's a lot of people came and went from that, trying to be in the camp that can't really handle it because they expect so much from him, you know what I'm saying? But me, I always been holding it down, and he always, you know, gave me my space. I always give him his space, and we able to just, you know, have a bona fide relationship. His stepfather called me because his real dad is dead, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Rest in peace. But they had a great relationship. But his stepfather called me his son. You know what I'm saying? His mama called me her son. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how close we are. His sisters, you know, I didn't really want to. With sisters, I kind of like one of them, but it was like one of them things where, you know, it just didn't pop off the way it should have popped off. So we kind of like brother and sister as well. So it's definitely cool and to watch the homie be humble. And it's gratifying for me to know that I just thank God that I'm confident in myself. And you know what I mean, because again, it's millions of dollars around me. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not no situation. Of course, we done had it where, you know, I'm thinking, dang, if I could, you know, we always have this conversation about what I could actually do to be a part of the actual financial, you know, to financially benefit from the relationship. Yeah, it's been, you know, not a rocky road, but it just has to make sense.
I got you.
And again, it's not nothing that he can't support me. You know what I'm saying? He probably could if he wanted to, but again, to maintain his lifestyle, it's just like somebody coming to you, like asking you to give them a job, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like right now, you're doing what you could do to make your money, and you got aspirations. You got, you know, I mean, he got a plane. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of things to do. Now, you know, I do have a role. They call me the primary constituent, which means I'm the main homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding it down. It's a couple other people, but that's my lane. I'm not the VP of Rich Broke. I'm not the you know, I don't have a real title, but I am the number one homeboy, you know what I'm saying? So it's a cool thing. And again, we working on things to be able to allow me to, you know, take time when I need to take time without me suffering a financial loss. You know what I'm saying? Because really what it is, if I was to go on the road with him, I would have to have something more stable, a lot more stable or that money, that residual income that comes in from different ways, and I don't have to physically work for it. And we building that, and we make music together. It's a long history of a relationship, man, but I'm just grateful. If you go on Instagram, you'll see me. He shot me out. I'm right there every single shot, and I'm just grateful that we can still, after damn near 30 years, man, still kick it.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a rarity, because a lot of people, especially in the music industry or even the movie industry, which has been in both, a lot of them can get a little bit of love and a little bit of limelight and want to switch up a little bit. Yeah. So it's good to see that the homie really stayed true to everything that he, has preached from day one. So it's dope that you got a relationship with him like that. That's cool, man. And
not just me. I mean, the host, if you really look at some of the videos that he posted recently, I mean, he really gets hometown love. I think I just seen one where he was like, well, you know how they say you have to make it, you don't get the love from your city. Like, you got to go outside of your city to make it out. You know how people say that, like, rappers and stuff don't get love from their hometown, but they go out of town and make it. But it's not the case with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, people really, really, he really reps it everywhere he goes. You're going to see some Jacksonville paraphernalia. He just, his name is Lil Duval. I mean, it's a great, it's not a lot of cities or people have hometown heroes like him. And, it's just, he gives back all the time, different, he came to my school a couple times, giving back book bags, and, we go over to, the neighborhood and just do barbecues and different block parties and all kinds of things, man. So that's the only way they really see, like, some of the vehicles. Like, he used to be the only one to roll through in some of the vehicles that the kids want to see. But, it's just a cool thing to see the city actually support him the way that he reps us outside. And again, it's only the beginning. Like, I can't wait till, I get my act together, because I got a real act, you know what I'm saying? I got music, I got everything, but it has to be polished, it has to be, profitable, it has to be in demand. So we getting it all together, and I'm holding up. I'm still looking good. So whenever it happens, man, I'll be right there to do my part.
And that's the truth, man. That's a real thing that, especially in the city of Jacksonville, it's good things going on. It's bad things going on.
Definitely some bad things going on.
So, let's talk about some other things that are going on in the city right now.
It was a real violent weekend. I mean, this particular weekend in Jacksonville, it's about 4 or 5 different shootings. On all sides of town. It wasn't just the Moncrief thing. Just for those y'all don't know, I am from Moncrief. I'm the Moncrief media mogul is what they call me. Like, I've really been in media for a long time, and the hood loved me. I was one of the first ones to drive a Wraith through the hood. Yeah, okay. I actually pulled it up. You can look it up. I pulled it up on range football field with the Wraith a couple of years back. But it's violent, man. And again, we got to figure out what we're gonna do with the violence. I mean, it's just overwhelming the amount of violence that's going on. And when we have so much growth to do as a people and come up, like it's beginning to be senseless. I mean, I know we hear that word all the time, but
it really
when we got so many objectives and duties as men and women, like, we got kids to raise, and we should be trying to be on a path or a trajectory that's going to get us out of some of these things. But again, I don't know if it's the social media or just the back and forth or the unhappiness. I don't know, the mental health, what's going on, but it's beginning to be senseless, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a combination of things, bro. I really do, because like you said, it's a mental thing too. You grow up in a certain environment, you become accustomed to certain things that other people aren't, and whether it's healthy or not, you really don't know. You just know that this is normal to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to hear gunshots every night or something like that is normal to you. So to participate in it is normal. It just makes sense because it goes on in your community every night. So I think it just needs to be a switch in the wave pattern. A change in the current, because a lot of the stuff, like you said, is senseless. It don't make no sense.
Think about it. When I say senseless, think about it. They just tied a dude to the back of a truck, a van, and drugged him, man.
Yeah.
And he about to die. I mean, well, I hope he don't die, but I watched that on the news this morning. The guy, suffering. I mean, he's basically a vegetable. I mean, I'm saying, like, we just talking about senseless. I mean, like, it's beyond just, ill will and mistakes and just back and forth. I mean, it's like intentional senseless violence, and you just really finna take this man's life in that way too. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, I would just want to see more things happening and the thing about it, well, I want to say this real quick, because it's a lot of stop the violence movements around town, and they do all kinds of events, bringing people together. Yeah. But the people that, you know, participate and perpetuate the violence don't be there. It be it seems like, you know, like if you throw a block party in the hood, like that's where all the people at. But you have that same weekend or earlier that day, you got people with signs like Save Our Kids. You got Mad Dad. That's a perfect example. Mad Dads, like you always hear about them. But again, we got to find somebody who can relate to, you know, who can relate to the people who that's in the hood, and the people, somebody who also in position to help them, and kind of start washing, you know, you got to wash some of this dirt. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sweep it up under the rug. Like, we got to clean it up. You know what I mean? And money and opportunity is the way, I believe, is going to be the way to make things happen. We can't just keep, I mean, every time you watch the news, somebody is raising some money to do this, and somebody then spent this amount of money on that. You got millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of bills getting passed. And again, I think the police department got like $1 billion budget, bro.
Dang.
100 million. I mean, it was an astronomical number for their next year.
That's
like, I don't forgot exactly what it is, but and we gonna get better at having, you know, actual numbers. But we just trying to keep it real. Again, this is Real to Real, Dev Deville. We're gonna talk, you know, old school, new school, current, classic, all that. But again, listen to what I'm telling you. It's like always so often that, you know, there's some type of money being spent outside of the hood, and those, it's a fraction of that money if it was some real program. And I ain't talking about the after school program is cool, but again, that ends at 7 o'clock. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They going back home to the real hood, and then they faced with, you know, whatever they facing with. You know how these kids live at night. You know what I'm saying? And then what the parents is doing, and how they, you know, they ain't got nowhere to go in the morning. The parents they just still stuck in the house. So again, you need things that's going to cultivate, you know, positive thinking. You know what I'm saying? So when you can give out some food and a little money here, but you need to say, hey, this is the program. This is the program that, you know, we gonna, you know, send an Uber to take them out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you spend money in real situations that's gonna net some positivity. You know what I'm saying? Not just throwing a little Band-Aid at this thing. I mean, so again, that's probably what I think my philanthropy is gonna be about, man. If I ever come into that kind of situation, I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like, just imagine a hotel. Like, just one of these hotels. Yeah. Hey, everybody come over here. We gonna just, you know, see, you need somewhere to get away for the night, just come chill over here. You know what I'm saying? I'll put you up for a day or two. You know what I'm saying? A program like that, you can get away from the hood and come bring your, you know, mama come bring your 2 kids. And we'll put y'all up for a couple of nights.
Get you a bed to sleep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, something different. Just take you out so you can see something different. You know, ride to the beach. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But those are the kind of things I think that will attack the violence that we seeing, because they in like they seeing the same things. It's just they don't get away from it. So again, it's a violent city, but it's a lot of good that go on in the city too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of bad, it's a lot of good, but this is the real to real. So go ahead and slide in our DM and tell us, what do you think? You know, if you have any ideas, if you have suggestions, let us know so we can talk about it and someone else might be able to hear it. If you are aware of some programs or something like that that need a voice to be told on the airways, let us know. You know what I'm saying? We want to shed light on those things that can really make a difference in our city. But you know, so like you said, it's a whole lot of good, it's a whole lot of bad, but you know, focus on the good one more time, or well, not necessarily the good, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
This whole Jalen Ramsey situation.
Jalen Ramsey tearing up the headlines, man. Well,
man, look,
he out of here, man.
He's gone, man. Sayonara. See you later. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it like this, man. I feel like the NFL is slowly trying to turn into the NBA.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it really, because you got this whole Melvin Gordon, he was on shutout, Le'Veon Bell was on shutout, Antonio Brown was on shutout, and now he's literally shut out. Right. You know what I mean? So
it's
Zeke, like, it's players all the time going around and doing it. And I'm not, you know, I'm all for everybody getting their money and whatnot, but I feel like this whole Jalen Ramsey thing could have been situated. Shad Khan, he got to realize Tom Coughlin, he not it. You know what I mean?